Afternoon everyone, how are we doing today? So we're back on Thuringian Oberland again. Hello Steve, nice to see you in chat already. So the first thing we need to have a look at on here is getting our helper off again, where he finished yesterday. Let's find where he is this time. Very easy going back this way. Completely empty again, so let's go and fill this one up. Afternoon Milton, how are you doing? Afternoon Dal, how are you doing now? That's just not good enough, SG. I'm okay, thanks Steve. How are you doing today? Oh look, the sign's back. Won't be for long. That's good. All I've got on Sutton Farm at the minute is 400 pigs. Well, probably about 401 by now, because they must have been breeding, I'd imagine. After I was setting it up last night. Took a long while to feed all those pigs on there. Oh, you're welcome to that job, fixing things. I had enough of that in the past, fixing farm machinery. What's the sound like, everyone? Because the music seemed a bit loud to me this end. If you can all hear me okay. Missed that one this time. That's the main thing, as long as you can hear me. Hey Chunky, how you doing? Leave this going again. I think we'll have to go and get some more seed. By the looks of what's left on here. I can't see that little bit in the trailer being enough to do this lot. All good here, thanks. Missed the track then. Evening Witchy, how you doing? Looks like we've got lots and lots of our little green friends on here at the moment. Get ourselves some more seed. Lots of that lovely free seed again. About 400 to 1 now, Milton, on there. 401 oinking hungry mouths to feed. That kept me busy last night setting that lot up. Still not quite finished setting that one up yet. That will be enough seed to finish that off with. I'll come and get some more. Hopefully now I've got all those pigs fed on Sutton for the first time now. Be easy to keep on top of them. Yeah, but I haven't quite mentioned how I fed the pigs on Sutton Farm last night. It's certainly not the same way as you're doing your cows. It's amazing what you can do in the XML files once you start accessing them. Hope they should be alright for a little while after what I put in the feed troughs last night on there. Seem to be a lot quicker putting 100,000 litres of pig feed in the troughs by the XMLs than it is actually putting in with a lorry or trailer. And cheaper for some reason. Just to get a map set up. Hope that's the last time I'll have to fill up a seed like this. And that conveyor belt is probably costing us quite a bit of money by now. That's still alright at the moment, so we can leave them for now. That wants to come back to the yard. Out of the way. You mean you want some more silage done before long? This off this field out of the way. Go have a look and see if any more of our fields need weeding yet, which I imagine they do. Might as well fill it up with diesel at the same time. I see we've had a couple of new mods drop today as well. I presume they're today's and didn't drop yesterday. So I didn't check it last night. Or after about 5 o'clock anyway. Let's see what our fields need doing to them at the moment. I know we've got grass to cut. We've got 2 more fields that need the weed sorting out on them. 2 that need fertiliser on them. 3 that actually need fertilisers on there. Another one there needs fertilising. So I guess that's what we'll be doing for a little while then. So yeah, we've got a few fields there to fertilise by the looks of that. As this is on the spray, we might as well actually we'll do the fertiliser first, as this needs filling up as well. Where do I leave the fertiliser spray? That was the next question. It's here somewhere. Do our grass field down here first. We'll fill up before we go and do any of the others. I know we've got plenty of time to get on the others, but I don't know how far off it is before this one is too late to fertilise again. I have to empty the silage clamp as well, so we can actually put stuff in there. Just imagine the cows won't feed again before long anyway. A little bit jumpy there. Hopefully they'll come up with a revision to the landscaping tool before long, so we can actually put grass down which grows instead of a bowling green. Afternoon, Michael. All good here, thanks. How's yourself? Just getting worried there for a minute. That suddenly told me there's no one watching on there. I thought I'd scared you all off. Right, I'll have a look at that, Dal. Crazy mod sound like it could be fun, but I don't think I'd better put that on the MP server somehow. Gonna lose everything we've done on it. Which is actually something I need to speak to you about a little bit later, Dal. It's the MP side of things. I think I nearly gave Milton a seizure last night when I mentioned swapping the map on the server. As some of you have seen in the right places this morning, we now have 2 games on the multiplayer to go at. I haven't quite finished setting up the second one yet. So I was a few minutes late going live with this. I thought I'll keep going on that as long as possible. Went to open Streamlabs and it decided to update itself again. Okay, thanks Dal, I'll have a look at that in a little while. With regards to the second MP, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this yet, but I might have the map in GE yet and do a couple of tweaks on it to suit what I want to do with one area of it. If I do that, I'll have to give you all the version I've done of it. Unlikely, because I'll probably break it, but we'll see. Don't think I'll try and put carrots or onions on it somehow, as much as that'd fit in with the area that certain farmers set. I think I'd add a nice touch to it though. See, what I was doing when I said that, Milt, was just testing to see if you were lurking at that point. We will probably change the map on there at some point, but just not yet for a little while. Even if we did change the map on the server, we wouldn't lose the Felsbrunn save game. That would be knocked to one side and kept on there. So we'd always go back to it. The server works in the same way as the game does on your computer. There's several different save game slots on it. So it wouldn't be that we'd lose everything we'd done on there, it'd just be saved to go back to at another point. Yeah, I'm just starting on that one, Michael. It's being built up on the MP server at the moment. We'll be starting a series on that. Not quite fully worked out what to do with it yet, but we will be. Don't think I'd really not do one on it, as that's a fairly local base map to me in the grand scheme of things. I'm more local than a lot of them are out there. Afternoon, GD. How are you doing today? Don't know what that music is, but that's going. I'm okay, thanks. Fully defrosted now, I think. It's a little bit cold out there if you're out in the sun today. I put on the help a second. I'll be back in a second. Right, just had to turn the light on in here, I couldn't see what I was doing. So I'll take control of that again. It's bad enough when I can see what I'm doing at times. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that one. It's forklift course outside today and the same tomorrow and Thursday. Could be a little bit cold. Might need me lined trousers again. That sounds dangerous, GD. I mean, I downloaded it at the end of last week, so that's equally asking for trouble. Yeah, I think that sort of stable yard is one of the bits I'm not too keen on there, really. I'll certainly have the straw cell point in there. As I said in my first look, how the devil are you supposed to get the bale wagons in there? So I mean, you press the wrong buttons with the lights on. You can keep the snow where you are, Stephen. You must be a bit further north than we are down here. The stables look good on something. It just seems a strange place to put the barn. Exactly, GD. It needs another entrance into it somewhere. It's just too tight. That's it, Michael. You just can't get anything in there. If it was straight access off the road, that'd have been alright. There's another bit that I want to get into GE and have a look at. So I said I might get the map into GE and do a couple of bits on it for it to go on the server like that, just to sort those little bits out so we can make full use of it. And of course I'd have to let everyone have a copy of it who comes on there. I mean, not north of us in Ireland so much as you are a great deal west of us then, Stephen. Mind you, I suppose freezing weather makes a change for rain in Ireland at times. The thought of you and nav meshes just doesn't sound a good idea for some reason, GD. I don't know why. Don't think we're quite grand enough to finish this field. See how far we get though. There's only one width left there. Probably gonna get about halfway down if that. If only I had a pound for every time that sort of thing had happened in real life as well, doing fields. I think you can take 10 off that for us here, Milton, at the moment. How'd that feel out there? Yeah, I think most people had good summer this year, temperature-wise, if you like the heat. Let's see if we can fill this one up from here. That won't actually work with the trail spreaders for some reason. If we've still got any in the shed down here. I'll have to spend some money. Don't like spending money. No, that's all gone. There's one in there, I think. Yeah, that'd be useful, GD, if you could have that. Like I was saying in your stream last night, we had a pasture we could just move stuff about between what we could place down. Not a specific animal yard, but just a placeable general purpose animal yard or animal pasture. So did we, Milton. I think extreme drought would come close to describing what a lot of us suffered this year over here. I know one particular part of the farm I've been at today, their irrigation reservoirs are usually okay until sort of end of August, September. They'd run out in about early July. Where has he put the horses on there then, Dal? I haven't actually looked for them yet. They don't really interest me too much. I know Michael just said he's been messing with it in GE for that reason. Hey Dusty, how you doing? Got the right tractor today for you, Dusty. Didn't realise I'd missed a few weeds then when I sprayed it. Yeah, that's what Michael was just saying, Dal. It can't use them there, so he's just been altering it, I think he said, for that reason. All good here, thanks, Dusty. Did you download this map then yesterday after VF give you a link for it? See what you come up with. That's basically what I done, GD. You know, 400 of them on there. I thought that'd do for now, the rate they breed. If you think you'll do any quick harvesting missions on here, Dusty, I think you'll be disappointed with that one. I think the helper's now been doing potato planting on one field for about 4 or 5 hours in total, if not more. There's one or two small fields on here, but not many. These are some of the smallest ones. We'll top this up again before we go on to the next bit to finish up. Actually, better check on our helper as well, because I think it came up that he'd run out of something again. As me and VF were saying Sunday night, surprised that there's only the two of us actually using this map, given the features it's got. Let's find our helper. Now proceed again. Got a horrible feeling we're going to have to service this before long. Don't know how much longer we dare let it go for. Before it starts getting too slow. Okay, catch you later, Dal. Thanks for stopping by. Dread to think how much this would have cost in seed if that wasn't free from that silo. Don't think I'd even considered doing the contract. Having a problem there, don't seem to be registering the conveyor belt at the moment. That's a relief, I thought we were going to have an issue with that. Right. Hope that'll be enough. Get a big chunk of that done. Getting closer to your direction today, GD. Out of Rowdham. Look and see how far gone this contract is now. Afternoon, you had to catch me in the end. People normally try and was a funny time of day to stream, I know that. The easiest time of day for me to do anything at the minute though. Right, see just how far this is getting on now. 72%, we're getting there. Slowly, but that's getting there. Got a few more weeding contracts in there now. All big fields though. Any vultures lurking in there today? Haven't put one in the river for nearly 24 hours. Field 21 sowing mission contract. That's not actually a bad shape field or size field to do something on. Oh, not too far then, GD. Just up past the industrial estate, up that road is where I was. I'll be back there in 2 weeks' time to do something else. We'll have a go at that one. Keep the John Deere folks happy. If it'd been a Vulture, I wouldn't have took it. Okay, that's not quite right, is it? GD, have you been at this map? Oh, that's there. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come with this one. As long as it fills up, we'll be fine. I think it's a bit wide for this map somehow, though. To be fair, I think that's the first thing we've had on here whilst I've been playing it, well, that's actually done something funny like that. Let's hope this actually fills up from here. Don't really want to abandon the contract if we can help it. That's alright, those ones are filling up. Yeah, I think the horse was more amusing when that got a twitch like that, though. Yeah, I don't think this one's big enough, Milton, somehow, is it? It's not taking any fertiliser, though, but never mind. Don't think that's going to fit down a little passageway there somehow. So you take the contract on the field and all the weeds disappear. It's a nice trick. Sure, this one was covered in weeds a minute ago. I think we got the right one. Yeah. Do you reckon the horse heard that dragons eat horses, Milton? Is that what it is? Yeah, I think the Seed Hawk was a better size, really, wasn't it? I think we might have a problem here. Anyone else picking up on a certain issue with this tractor and drill combination? Eight, 2, 4, 5. What horsepower does this drill need? So I think we're about to give up on this. Anyone see a problem with the horsepower side of things here? That drill needs 420 horsepower. This tractor is 290 horsepower. I think we could have a slight issue here. No wonder the poor tractor's struggling with this. Only 200 horsepower short of what we need. I think we're going to kill the deer in a minute. Yeah, I think there's a slight mismatch here. This is not impossible. Oh, we found a bit of power. It's not as if the map's hilly terrain or anything, is it? Yeah, anyone for venison? Oh, I've killed it. It's dead. It's not moving. I think we finally found an implement on 19 what is completely too mismatched to use. And what's my biggest tractor I've got in the barn? Crawler, I think, isn't it? I mean, even that's going to be right on this limit with it, but I think we'll have a quick swap here. Where's my crawler? I'll just give this a quick service. If this doesn't pull it okay, then we'll give up with that one. So we should be back up to full power now. Surprised that the plant hasn't found its way into the river yet. Down here, helpers must be improving. I don't think we're going to find a vulture to kill today, Milton, unfortunately. I think that's going to need surgery for hernia after trying to pull that much weight, GD. Not just therapy. I mean, this one's only just the right horsepower, so this is going to struggle as well. And I've got plans to change this one at some point for a Challenger. There isn't quite enough money in the piggy bank at the moment to do that. Yeah, they do, Milton, but I haven't had one quite this bad before. You had them sort of 50 horsepower less, but never 100 and whatever. About 130 horsepower less than it needed. It's not a true John Deere, it hasn't burst into flames from working hard. See, it came off the tractor in a nice level position. Okay. It's interesting. Starting to wonder if it was all the tractor, whether the implement was a little bit iffy as well. That's a bit better, but not much. I think this Dare's had its spinach today, it's pulling alright. Till it hits a slight slope. Well, that's better, that's for certain. No doubt our other helper's going to need filling up with seed before long. Again. As soon as that's finished that field, we should be well in on the money there. For what it was, it looks to me like the drill is levitating slightly, not actually touching the ground. Good hole in that corner there. It's worse than some of the holes on the tracks on Sutton. Let's just finish that little corner off first. Sheep mod, is that the big sheep pen on there, Milton? I saw the horse paddock on there last night. You think of some of the maps out there at the minute, this little corner here would be a whole field. Yeah, I did see that I had a couple of little marks against it for something in their testing on there, but I can't remember what now. I'll come cut some more trees down before long as well. Don't get charged too much for leasing that thing. Sitting in there. You're not thinking of expanding your sheep enterprise again, are you, Milton? So I think this is the field I found something not quite right on the other day when I done that spraying video on here with the Hardy sprayer. I'll test that again with this. No, Milton, I never did actually own that on the server. That was leased to do that video for those food trees that I done with that. So if you need one on there, you'll have to either lease or buy one, I'm afraid. So if anyone saw or watched the whole of that spraying video the other day, this pylon, when I went around it with a sprayer, didn't have a collision on it. See if it has with the drill. No. And it's slightly floating off the ground on that corner. So you have a holographic electricity pylon there. Sheep are nice and easy to do. That's why I usually go for them first. Still a shame the animals are so expensive. Surprised no one's tried to bring the animal prices mod across yet from 17. So at least this isn't struggling quite as much that wheel tractor was. Nearly as much, but not quite. Still doing more than 0. Yeah, I think you need to change one of your tractors. Last time I looked at the pricing and servicing on there. I was just thinking the helper might be running low on stuff. Let's stick this one on a helper while I go and sort the other one out. It's getting there now. Probably another one after this fill up, I should think. Maybe 2. Might just get done before it runs out of service life. Have to remember to fill it right up at the end as well, so you get paid as much as possible. Should just about have enough seed here, I think. Yeah, that's why I don't want to repair it, Milton. Otherwise we could lose money. Don't mind repairing my own equipment, but doing the hard equipment is something I don't really want to get into. Hoping that I'll finish this job today. Now if that other helper has finished that field, I'd be absolutely amazed in that time. I'll just do this little bit. Do I know what the helper's going to do next time? It's really dropped forward speed, that's for certain. If I went completely insane, we could take the harvesting contract on this field as well later, when it's ready. I think I'd have to be completely nuts to want to do that in single player. You'd want an army of multiplayer on here. Let's fill in this lump that's missed here. At least once it gets a little bit further over, this steepest part of the fields is done and out of the way. Annoying these little fiddly bits like this. Dare I ask if you've paid any of your loan off on the server yet, Milton? Or have you paid it off and maxed it out again already? Let's set this off again up here on another helper. Well, you're doing well, you start to pay it off then. I'll leave that going on the helper now. It's probably going to stop again, but never mind. Need to just get a second field finished up here. Before we lose track of where we got to on there. And yeah, it's a good reason to get cows. If you sell the milk every day. I dread to think how much wool my sheep have got up to on there now. Do this last little bit up here. That's our soybeans fully fertilised and weeded. Find a way to these other two fields. So I'm getting quite a bit piled up there now then. Just waiting for the price to go up from where it was with that great demand. So that's pretty terrible. So got a few weeds in this one by the looks of it. But you got cars above this field. There's some shadows on the floor then. Nice long field. Take too long to spread this one. This one will be fully fertilised, then it just leaves the weeds to sort out up here. Yeah, long process, Milton, that one. Welcome back, Dal. I think it was Drummond Farm in 17. I put the about 300 or 400 cows on that map. That was hard work by myself with everything else on there. You haven't broken Sutton Farm, have you, GD? There's definitely cars above this field. Those shadows on the ground there. It's the first time I've actually seen those cars cast in the shadow. Isn't that the same way you found the cows on Welker, GD, by seeing those shadows on the ground? Or cow shadows? they are. Casting their shadow on the field below. Yeah, moving shadows are never good when they're coming from the sky. That'd be a lot of trees to delete. I bet it did, Dal. There's a lot of trees on there to remove. Be like taking the trees off this map. Actually looks like there's a nice little grass field through there. You haven't been on? It's an interesting bit of grass. Don't even know if that actually shows up on the map. Doesn't show as a field, but there's quite a good strip of it in there. There's our... That one's going still. That one's getting somewhere now. Be glad when I've finished potato planting. I haven't yet had that one in GE. But why does that just sound like something only you could do, GD? I imagine if Giants could see who downloaded GE, they see your name come out and think, oh no, what's he going to do to it this time? Not quite sure what you're saying, Cactus, but that sort of thing isn't going to last long. Hopefully I have enough fertiliser in there just to do that other field what's up the top end here while we're here. Other than spraying these, that's the last time we need to come up this way until they need harvesting. Dal missed me killing the deer, didn't he? How to kill a John Deere tractor with a seeder on the contract. No, I struggle that one too, GD. I struggle with English sometimes. You're like our very own little detective there, Milton. That's the one, GD. I just saw a lump of concrete in there. Something? Ah, wind turbine. That'll be what it is. Can see it from this height. This angle. Think how much money you can make from trees on here if you don't cut the whole lot down and carted them in. We'll check on our helpers again in a moment, I think. They've been quiet for too long. Usually means they're jammed on something or stopped. I think it just make you a little secret agent, Milton. If we want to know anything, we'll just send you to find out for us. So I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon because I think I'll be too late back for that. Probably be Thursday when I go again at the moment, depending how the course goes. A bit further away from home for the next 2 days. Yeah, well, I bet the two of us could read something written in Norfolk dialect quite easily, GD. I know I can usually work that one out easy enough. Should just have enough in here to finish this off. I can read the other languages, Milton. I just can't work out what that means in English. I'll have to translate it. I read the words. Probably pronounce them completely wrong, though. I done French back at high school, but not after year 9. I got rid of that. So you're looking a few years since I last done any foreign language type stuff. 24 years. Have a look at which help that was which just finished. Really, GD? You mean you couldn't work that one out for him? Did he do a foreign language at primary school as well, or is it just since he's been at high school he started doing it? I know a lot of places now, primary age, is doing them as well. What I keep hearing of people. Right, let's find our helpers and see what they're doing. It's this one. I have to go and start that down the other side of the field so it keeps going. Just fill it up first. Something don't quite look right with the shadow of that pylon. Determined to get this one done today if we can. That's a lot of foreign languages there for anyone to learn. I know I'm told a few times by some of my trainees on courses that English is one of the hardest ones for them to learn. There's so many different meanings for various words. This should be enough to do most of the field now. Just under another plant to fill in there. Still one or two marker posts down this road I haven't had out yet. Blimey, Japanese at primary school, that's a good one to do for them, isn't it? Just imagine that's quite a hard one to learn, isn't it? How much has this got left now? 90% apparently. That's done. The other one stopped. Should have known. Did say if they go on quiet for a long while I should be suspicious, didn't I? I've still not stopped them from doing that trick then. Yeah, I've sort of realised that a little bit, Milton, because I do occasionally get Portuguese people on courses. What I do, get a lot of Eastern European people and the odd Portuguese chap I've had. In this week everyone's English on courses, which is unusual some weeks. Alright, let's get this back to the farm now. Don't know if that planter is going to get finished today, because I was only planning on going for another 10 minutes or so. Otherwise I'm going to miss my food. I know my hospital consultant would be thrilled if I missed an evening meal. Does it mean I might actually lose some weight? I won't get told off when I go again next time. It's the thing I like about this map over Sutton. This has got painted borders, but you can't see them, can you? They're so well hidden in the back there by the trees that you just can't see them. See them there, but they just don't stand out as much. Oh yeah, GD, gotta be food first. Yes, we do, Milton. A very large amount in certain areas around here. Particularly one of the counties I go into. I mean, some of the courses I do 100% foreign nationals on them. Doesn't always make it easy, but we find a way around it somehow. Obviously some courses are worse than others when they come to that sort of thing. Okay, so it's obviously this one which is finished again. I think we'll stay with this one this time. So obviously doesn't like turning down the bottom here. Just go through our holographic pole again with it. Holographic pylon. Pylon's definitely a bit legless on this corner. It's definitely invisible as well. It'll be alright to put it back on the helper once we're past that. Yeah, we've got them in construction industry as well, and the haulage industry over here. Now the ones we often would benefit from are Bulgarian, Romanian. Translator would be more used some days. Occasionally Polish. Mind you, if I needed a Portuguese translator, I'd just go into town and ask someone, I think. We do have quite a high proportion in some areas in town. I can't see that the potato planter has finished that whole field either somehow. Have to go and check on that one as well. Go back to what I said last time, I think I'll set it off on the other corner of the field now. This pole doesn't exist, you see nothing. It's perfectly normal for a crawler to drive through a electricity pylon. This is completely normal. Nothing to see here. Perfectly normal, everyday occurrence. I just wish it was possible. It'd make things a lot easier sometimes. Just set that going for a moment. Just have to tab out for a second. So 80% on there, 93% on there. Let's find that one again. Doesn't like that tapered headland. It's using about 2,000 litres of potatoes every time it goes across and back. By the looks of that. So going on the short work here. Hope that'll behave a bit better on there. Don't know if how many of the pylons are set up with collisions and how many aren't. Certainly one we tried yesterday had a collision on it. Just watch this for a second, make sure it's not going to try and back the full length of the field or do anything silly. Starting to get distrust of this helper at the moment. It's going to do something silly. Fairly certain of that now. I'll save at the job, we'll do something silly for it. Set that going again there. See if I got in the right place. That wasn't a bad guess of where to line it up with. I think I might have done that once or twice in real life. Helper A has finished, has it? Has it really finished, or has it just done that again? Really just can't get the staff today, can we, on here? It amazes me, it managed to turn, face the right direction, then decides it's finished. Once this field is done and that other field is done, we should have a nice bit of money come in. Enough money then to change this track for Challenger. Fill this drill right up again as well. Suppose we better find out if this manhole has got a collision on it before we put it back on the helper. We know what's going to happen. You're probably not far wrong there, Milton. These days, something we were talking about on the course today. Yeah, one of the chaps on there's caught his trailer drive beside the potato harvester on Facebook before, and they're supposed to be watching what they're doing. We'll swerve around that, cause no, that's not got a collision on it either. Not seen anything flash up about the other one being stopped yet, so hopefully that might be alright this time. I think that needs too much more now before this contract is finished. Only a small strip left up the field there. What's it saying? It's 95 on that, completed on that. That'll do us. Let's go and earn some extra money with this now. Do our little trick again. We'll leave that other lump of green and yellow scrap iron sitting there for now. I have an idea for that in a second. I'll come back for that, John Deere, once we've just filled this drill up again. Right now you're probably thinking, oh no, what's he about to do to that John Deere? Well, you'll find out in a minute. My inbuilt hatred of green and yellow at times. Let's leave that one filling up. Let's find this lovely John Deere, which I imagine is really hot after its hard work on that drill. You can't have extremely hot tractors, they just cause problems. Got to remember where the bathtub is first. Just need to do one quick thing first, which I haven't done yet today. Let's cool the John Deere down a bit, shall we? Oh, I know where the vultures go next time now. Well, this is a lot deeper than the other ones, isn't it? That should cool it down nicely, shouldn't it? We don't want the tractor getting too hot, do we? So let's just keep that nice and cool in there while we sort the drill out. So that's full. Oh, look, we've been reimbursed more money now. Right, so we've got 3% of that one left to do. So that's definitely getting finished today now. And we'll just fill it up again. It's not got much left on the service indicator now. Poor thing's worn out after doing this field. Say it took the paint off the planter in places with the wear. It's sort of worn in all the right places though, unfortunately. Discs are. Not sure how much more this needs to clock up another percentage. Let's get the leave that be for a minute and get the John Deere up the shop ready for its replacement. And something a little bit more horsepower this time. Let's see what this thing is worth. Not too bad then. That's gone. What we've got in the bank at the moment. 432. Don't think that's quite enough, but we'll see. So we're going to stay with something with tracks on. I think they go up high enough, those ones. No, so that's not going to be big enough for what I was thinking. We've not got any blue on the farm yet. That was a little bit out of the budget at the moment. think that's a bit too wide set up like that. I'd have to stay like that. So we've got the quad track there. You know, I have a natural liking for all things case. I could go for something like a nice big quad track. Or an 800 series challenge. That's between the quad track and that one. Probably the 865. 75. One of those ones. Be between those two when we do buy that. I think we've got quite a bit of crop in store at the moment if the price is decent. Oh, 1% left, we're getting there. It's nearly there. The wheat price is going up, that's good. Barley price is going the wrong way. Still okay there. Let's go back to our planter. I think we're very, very close to cashing in with that now. So the minute this says it's finished, we'll be taking it across and filling up the seed. And getting the money. So it's got to be getting on for 6-7 hours now, surely, that this thing's been doing this field. Can't remember how many streams we've had it on here in now. This is the third one on the fourth. Hopefully it's got enough seed just to get to 100%. Then that'll rectify the OCD related issues with this field then. Like how the marker discs are worn, yet they haven't even touched the ground. So close at the minute. Right, that's that finished. So, I don't like that level of money. Let's go and increase that slightly, shall we? Oh look, weeds. They're back. It's good timer eggs. I just been told my food is ready. I'll fill up with both fertilizer and seed. the contract. I'll check that's actually got reimbursed for this actually. Yeah, that's reimbursed for the fertilizer. Now I'll just get the same with the seed. Don't think we've quite got enough to fill it right up though. No bad thing, that means our trailer is empty then. We can off-lease that conveyor belt then as well. So we won't need that again. Filling up the money there. Let's just skip the growth stage. Look at the field behind us. Or in front of us as we're facing. Takes all that off the conveyor. Okay. So there isn't quite enough space in the planter to take all that. Let's just check that one. Planter's full, there's some on the conveyor belt which I'm not too worried about. Where are we? So 216,000, I think we can live with that, can't we? Certainly not very many contracts up there. Alright, let's return that conveyor as well. Okay. So that's that field done. Textures have sorted themselves out now as well, which is good. And I think that's where we'll leave it for today. Now we did just put fertiliser on with that, but that's telling us it isn't fertilised. Okay, strange, we'll come back to that another time. Okay, that's where we'll leave it for today then. So thank you for watching this one. Please remember to like if you haven't already done so. And I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.